For over 3 decades, the B-2 Spirit has ruled America's skies, a stealth bomber famed for its silence, precision, and global reach. First flown in 1989, this futuristic flying wing proved the US could strike anywhere undetected. Now, as it nears 40 years of service, the Air Force is pouring billions into its most ambitious upgrade yet: new weapons, a digital backbone, and sweeping modernization to keep the Spirit lethal until the B-21 Raider takes over later this decade. In this video, we'll explore the B-2's legacy, its latest upgrades, and its future in modern warfare. The origins of stealth, a revolutionary idea. The B-2 story begins in the 1970s, when the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency posed a daring challenge to America's aerospace industry: build an aircraft that could effectively disappear from enemy radar. At the time, Cold War adversaries were developing increasingly advanced missile and radar systems. For US forces, penetrating those defenses with traditional bombers was becoming a deadly gamble. Lockheed and Northrop answered the call. Lockheed's Have Blue program eventually produced the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth fighter, by experimenting with angled surfaces that deflected radar waves. Meanwhile, Northrop's own secret project, Tasset Blue, introduced smooth curves, composite materials, and fly-by-wire controls. Though Tasset Blue never entered service, its innovations directly influenced the B-2's radical flying wing design by shaping an aircraft to deflect radar energy away from detection systems and coating its surfaces with radar-absorbing materials. Engineers had unlocked the science of invisibility. The result was a new generation of aircraft capable of slipping through even the densest air defense. The birth of the Spirit. The B-2 Spirit, designed by Northrop Grumman, was the pinnacle of these stealth experiments. Unlike any bomber before it, the B-2 had no tail or vertical stabilizers, features that normally made planes easy targets for radar. Instead, its sleek, bat-like design reduced its radar cross-section to that of a small bird, despite being as wide as a commercial airliner. When the bomber entered service in the 1990s, it was breathtakingly advanced, capable of flying 6,000 nautical miles without refueling and carrying both nuclear and conventional weapons. It became the cornerstone of America's nuclear triad. Only 21 were ever built, with each one costing over $2 billion, making the B-2 the most expensive aircraft in history. But cutting-edge technology has a price. The Spirit fleet is small, fragile, and notoriously expensive to maintain. Every 9 years, each bomber must undergo a full overhaul and reapplication of its radar-absorbing coating at Northrop's Plant 42 in Palmdale, California. With just 19 aircraft left today, after losses in 2008 and 2022, every single B-2 is considered a priceless national asset. Why upgrade now? The Spirit was designed to outwit Soviet air defenses in the 1980s, but the world has changed. Nations like China and Russia have since developed sophisticated radar, hypersonic weapons, and electronic warfare systems that pose new challenges for stealth aircraft. To remain effective in this era of contested airspace, the B-2 can't rely on its original hardware alone. Instead, it needs to evolve with flexible, software-driven upgrades that allow it to adapt quickly, much like how our smartphones receive new features through updates. That's where the Spirit Realm 1 SR-1 modernization program comes in. The digital heart transplant of the B-2 Spirit was originally built to outmaneuver Soviet air defenses in the 1980s, but today the threat landscape has changed dramatically. With China and Russia developing advanced radar, hypersonic weapons, and electronic warfare systems, the Spirit can no longer depend solely on its aging hardware. To stay relevant in contested airspace, it requires flexible, software-driven upgrades that allow rapid adaptation, much like how smartphones receive regular feature updates. This is where the Spirit Realm 1 modernization program comes in. Considered the most groundbreaking upgrade in the bomber's history, SR-1 transforms the B-2's mission systems into an open architecture framework, making it far easier to integrate new weapons, sensors, and communication technologies. Among its key features are agile software updates that can be deployed incrementally, modernized cockpit displays that reduce pilot workload and boost situational awareness, and streamlined weapons integration that allows new bombs or missiles to be added without extensive redesigns. While specifics remain classified, SR-1 also enhances the bomber's survivability, ensuring it remains capable of avoiding detection and defending against modern threats. According to Jerry McBride, program director at Northrop Grumman, the real strength of SR-1 lies in its use of agile software development, which enables the rapid, defect-free delivery of capabilities. This approach aligns perfectly with the US Air Force's broader push to modernize legacy aircraft through faster, more adaptable upgrade cycles. Defensive management system modernization. generation. Before the introduction of SR-1, the most significant improvement to the B-2 Spirit came through the Defensive Management System Modernization Program. This upgrade, centered on electronic warfare, effectively sharpened the bomber's eyes and ears in hostile skies. With Defensive Management System Modernization, the B-2 gained the ability to detect and classify enemy air defense radars with far greater precision, while also sharing real-time threat data with other platforms to create a more connected and comprehensive battlefield picture. The modernization also introduced advanced electronic intelligence functions, enabling the Spirit not only to protect itself, but also to gather valuable information on adversary systems that could be used to improve future mission planning and targeting. In short, the bomber evolved from being just a silent predator into a stealthy sensor as well, feeding critical intelligence back to commanders and strengthening its role in modern warfare. New weapons on the horizon. Modernizing the B-2 Spirit isn't just about upgrading its software systems, it's also about arming the aircraft with the latest generation of powerful weapons. Among the most anticipated additions is the GBU-72/B Advanced 5,000-pound Penetrator, a GPS-guided bunker buster designed to destroy heavily fortified underground facilities, including command centers, chemical stockpiles, and even sites that could conceal nuclear weapons. With this bomb, the Spirit will be able to eliminate threats that were previously out of reach. Beyond that, the Air Force is also exploring ways to integrate hypersonic missiles into the B-2's arsenal. Capable of flying at speeds greater than Mach 5, these ultra-fast weapons would give the bomber the ability to strike distant, high-value targets in a matter of minutes. However, not every advanced weapon will find its way onto the Spirit. The Long-Range Standoff Missile, a next-generation nuclear cruise missile, has been officially ruled out for B-2 integration due to the high costs and technical challenges involved in modifying the aging aircraft, particularly with the upcoming B-21 Raider set to replace it in the near future. The risks of an aging fleet. Despite these upgrades, operating the B-2 is not without challenges. In December 2022, one bomber caught fire during an emergency landing at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. The damage was so severe that the aircraft was permanently retired, reducing the fleet to just 19. The entire force was grounded for 6 months afterward for safety inspections, a reminder of how delicate and rare these bombers truly are. With only a handful in existence, every Spirit is irreplaceable. Their complexity and age mean maintenance is a constant battle, and operating costs remain among the highest in the Air Force. Yet their unique capabilities ensure they remain indispensable. Preparing for the B-21 Raider, the B-2's modernization is ultimately about bridging the gap until the arrival of the B-21 Raider, the Air Force's next-generation stealth bomber. The Raider completed its maiden flight in late 2023 and is expected to enter service by the early 2030. It promises greater efficiency, affordability, and survivability, eventually replacing both the B-2 and the B-1B Lancer. But until then, the B-2 will continue carrying America's nuclear deterrent and long-range strike missions. With SR-1, DMSM, and new weapons in the pipeline, the Spirit remains one of the deadliest aircraft in the skies, capable of slipping into contested airspace and delivering precise destruction where it matters most. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the B-2 Spirit's upgrades, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment below. What do you think about the B-2's modernization? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.